BCP shameless promo brought to you by our. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a very special episode of the BCP shameless promo brought to you by our friends over at Englishtown Flea Market Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, our favorite store. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Heather and Dan, check them out on weekends, the Blue Building, Englishtown Flea Market, New Jersey, or check them out online. We got G.I. Joe's, X-Men, wrestling, retro video games, all that good stuff. Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. And without further ado, guys, please welcome back to the show. You know him as the Energy Drink King. He is taking over not only the Northeast Independents, but the independents at large, fighting some of the biggest names in professional wrestling, climbing that proverbial ladder. Please welcome back to the show our good friend, Mr. Vinny Pacifico. Vinny, what up? How are you, bro?
How you doing, Bob? Thank you very much for having me. I'm very grateful to be on the show today, and I'm ready to fucking kick ass.
You're fired up, Vinny. You've been killing it, man.
I am.
Last time we talked to you, we kind of saw you climbing that ladder, like I mentioned earlier. But now, man, like I'm just following your social media, and it's like you're always the guy with the tap on the shoulder that fights the name. And I think that's really cool. It's interesting to see like the routes that people are taking in their career, and yours is very unique. And that's got to feel good, man, being the guy that like the promoters come to or the bosses come to like, hey, I want you to fight Matt Sydal. Hey, I want you to fight EC3, man. Rocky Romero. That was one of my personal favorites, man. What is that like for you, man? Does that mean a lot to you?
It means the world to me, man. And it's humbling, but also it's a challenge to myself to make sure I outdo myself every time I have the opportunity to do so. And yes, Rocky Romero is definitely like my favorite one I've ever had. That one was just so special on many levels, and how the match went was even better. So that I'm grateful. But yes, these promoters who give me that opportunity to do what I got to do, it means the world to me, and it motivates me more and more to kick ass and do everything I need to do to get better. And wrestling against people who are better than you, you get better yourself. So it's always a win-win.
I love that. Very, very well said, man. That's how you grow in this business, man. And you have stepped up to every challenge that's been put in front of you, man. Like I go out there, like I'm not nervous for you. I'm like, you know, Vinny's going to hit his spots, man. He's going to look good. The crowd's going to be behind him, man. And you stepped up to every one of these challenges. And I think it's really cool because you can also see, you know, just pulling the curtain back a little bit, man. Like, you know, I'm working with you at some of these shows, and some of these guys really have taken you under their wing, man. And it's really cool to see. What does that mean to you? Kind of just getting that advice and getting that push from these guys who've been on the grandest stages.
It's the best. It's literally a great, it helps in so many ways, you know, getting that insight from people who have been there already and are still there, or who've been there, done that. It's just, it gives you a taste of what's to come, or a taste of what will happen if you keep working hard. And this has been my dream since I'm like 8. So I never wanted to do anything else in my life. I played football. I quit football to do this. And the fact that I'm getting to do it to the extent that I want to do it, and I'm hoping to get even farther in this. I want to go as far as I can go in this. But it's just, it means the world to me, and I'm more than grateful for everything I've ever gotten. And it's just really special to me because I'm just a kid who had a dream, who just quit football in mid-season. That I want to wrestle. I want to do this. I want to go to the school. I want to have training, and I want to go as far as I can in this, because this is something that I've loved and I've gravitated to. And I dealt with a lot of bullshit before this. When I started wrestling in high school, I started wrestling, pro wrestling, I think freshman or high school, and I got made fun of. I got laughed at. They used to call me John Cena, or like, who do you think you are? They used to make fun of me and stuff. I used to wear wrestling shirts, so that's left me for that. I think I started wrestling in 8th grade. That might have been. And I remember freshman year I got made fun of also. And I got like made fun of a lot for wanting to wrestle and do something different. And like I downloaded my first Instagram, and I had like pro wrestler and training in my bio, and they used to laugh at me for that. And now looking back at it, I've had at least 15 of those old people make fun of me hit me up now and say, "Oh my God, I saw you on TV," or "Oh my God, I saw this happen. I saw this." Or like, and I answer them. I feel like, you know, people have a chance to grow in life. People maybe made mistakes back in the day, and they said, hey, I want to reach out to you and tell you you're doing good. And that right there means the world to me. But yeah, I've been through a lot of abuse, like getting made fun of, you know, by people from high school a lot. And it's just now getting to really shut them up and do what I love to do is just the best feeling in the world for me. It really is.
I love that story, man. Like, you know, like you talk about people teasing you or bullying you or whatever it is, and now it's like, oh, hey, man, like, what's up? And you have every right to be like, hey, you know what? Like, you can give me the time of day, like, no, like, whatever. But I think that's really cool of you to like, hey, you know what? I give everyone like a second chance. I hit them up, like people can grow. I think that's what it's all about. That's what life's all about, man. And you're killing it right now. And you know what? Maybe they were teasing you back then about wearing a John Cena shirt or like a John Cena. Who knows? You might be in the ring with John Cena the way things are going for you right now, bro.
You never know, and it's crazy. And like I've gotten to do things that I never thought I'd be able to do, and I'm doing them now, and it's just like I'm blessed. And I feel and being made fun of back in the day, it motivated me more and more and more. It was disheartening. I had my friend group who like were supportive and like who were like there for me and stuff like that. But like we still all my group of friends are still friends and stuff. I love them to death. But getting them to come to a show is impossible. I have local shows that are 20 minutes, like some weekends I have shows that are like 20 minutes from home and they won't even come. Not because they don't want to, because they're busy, they're doing their own thing, and I understand that, but like, it's just, I have a group of friends who are very supportive of me, and that I'm happy about. I have a fiance who's supportive of me, my father, my family, my mother, my sister, they all support me in my wrestling career, and it's just, that's what I need. These kids who made fun of me back in the day and they want to hit me up and say what's up, okay, but I got what I need, and I'm more than happy with what I have.
That's awesome. It's all about having like the right people in your corner, especially in this business, because you know it can be crazy. It's a circus, man. You know, it's crazy. You got to go through a lot of you know what in this business, man, and you come out on top every single time, man. But I want to talk about the evolution of Vinny Pacifico because it's so cool to see you grow. I've seen you reinvent yourself a couple times, and I like the stuff that you're doing right now. Let's start here. Let's talk about, you know, because we know the kid, we know all the stuff that you've done, but now we're kind of embracing like this power punch thing. I think it's really cool. I love the way you played it into your match going in with Seidel versus his kick, man. What was the idea about bringing like the power punch to the forefront of the Vinny Pacifico persona?
So, EC3 took me under his wing, and like, you're a great wrestler, you're really good, but I don't know how. I want to know if you can do promos, and I want to know what character you could give me or show me that's different, something different. I like what you're doing now, but like, I want something different because there's many kids in wrestling. There's A Kid, there's Heartbreak Kid, there's so many kids in wrestling that go by the name Kid. So I was like, all right, you know what? You're right. Challenge me. So him and I did. I was in Florida. We hung out at the shop. I did some promos with him, and he goes, you know what? He says to me, he goes, power punch, and I'm like, huh? He goes, yeah, power punch Vinny Pacifico or Vinny power punch Pacifico, and I'm like, what does that even mean? He goes, yeah, it's you drink energy drinks like crazy, and it's just who you are as a person. And you have to embrace who you are as a person and put that into your wrestling. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, yeah. And then he ended up making me film a wrestling infomercial. And with energy drinks.
I was gonna say, I know you're drinking an energy drink right now. Yep.
Yeah, getting ready to get on my day. No, so yeah, so we did that, and we did that promo together, and he's like, this is it. This is it. And ever since that character change, I always do these promos with like other wrestlers, myself, these reels, and it's getting so much more traction. But to an extent, I didn't do those things as the last character I was doing as much. So now that I'm doing them more, it's more of me putting out the content out there, that I'm putting the work out there to make this content. But it's just me letting loose, being me on my silly side. I'm very funny. I'm very fun. I like to look at life and be happy and make things fun. So doing that in wrestling promos, it's not hard, because it's me. It's what I do. I like to make the light and everything. I like to find the good in anything. So making that in my wrestling promos and spreading the love of energy drinks because they're phenomenal to me is what Power Punch is. And yes, I use the punch as a finish now, and the crossface, obviously, as you know. But it's Power Punch character isn't just a wrestling punch. It's more to that. It's positivity. It's okay. The way we put it in the beginning was, what was it? Relentlessly positive, regardless of negativity.
Yes.
So that's Power Punch. That is Power Punch right there. And mix it together with the energy drink, caffeine, the ginseng, mix it all together, and that's it right there. That's Power Punch. You got the fist, you got the logo, you got the colors, you got everything together. That's the brand. And there's a lot of really cool things in the works. I can't get into them right now because I just can't. I don't want to say what I'm working on doing because it may not happen. I don't want to look like an ass. But there are some things in the works right now where I'm talking to drink companies and stuff like that. Who knows? So yeah, I just have a passion for energy drinks and wrestling and mix them together. It does not sound like a bad idea.
I love that, man. And not my first rodeo. I think I can kind of do the math on some of those things you were doing. In fact, I was going to ask about it, but we'll leave it at that, man. I think it's very smart on a lot of levels, man. And I love the growth. That's the word I want to use in your persona, because it wasn't like, oh, Vinny Pacifico is a zombie now, and I'm not dissing like it was growth. It wasn't like a complete whatever. We've seen like Jericho is a perfect comparison. He's reinvented himself, but he's always Chris Jericho. And I notice that with you, man. I always psychoanalyze everybody, and I think it's good. You attach yourself to the energy drinks, and then more so from you're talking from a business perspective, but now the Power Punch as well, man. I think that's really cool. That's something I noticed, and now I can relate those things to you. It's good marketing. It shows growth in you, but you're still Vinny Pacifico in and outside of the ring, man. You're absolutely killing it. I wanted to, and you touched on this a little bit, I wanted to talk about those little promos, those little reels that you're doing, especially with a lot of the names or a lot of the independent talent, man. I'm sure they're very receptive to doing that with you, man. What's that been like, man? Because that is so cool. I think that adds a lot to your brand.
I will get to that in just 1 second.
Yeah,
I want to give a side note.
Please.
I was sitting on my phone, going through pictures and looking at my phone, and I'm like, I watched the transition from the kid to Power Punch. How I came out, instead of the kid shirt, I wore something else. How I wore a backwards hat, or I wore my hair. I watched how things every show looked different. And then I had the edge drink in hand, and then I had this, and it was really cool. Okay, sorry. Back to
Of course, man. No, that's thank you for sharing that. Yeah, the reels and stuff, they've been great. Of course.
It's cool seeing the evolution. The picture of the monkey, the thing, and the person. That's how it's seen for me. I'm looking at the kid, this, and then eventually in the whole Power Punch outfit, whatever you call it. So your question was about the reels. Yes. So these promos are just fun ways for me, create content, interact with other wrestlers, and give both fan bases something to laugh at. I've had some wrestlers ask me to do them because they find them funny. I've had some wrestlers, I've asked some, hey, want to do this with me because I think it'd be funny? I have an idea. And people always love creativity and liking doing new things. So that's why I do these. I do these so that both of our fan bases can get familiar with each other, or just content that people can laugh at. Just something that I could put out there that people will laugh at and say, okay, this is funny. I like this. And could brighten someone's day. It's always good to create content, and whether it be myself with the reels and the energy drinks and comparing them, or with another wrestler or somebody else. But yes, everyone's been very receptive, and they've gotten great reviews and a lot of views too on these pages. So it's all been good so far. I think. I hope to keep doing them.
Yeah,
because the ideas I have just never stop coming. I feel like I have a very good mind for this character that I have, and that they intertwine with other wrestlers really well. So I love doing this stuff, and I want to keep doing them.
Yeah, and it's been very well received. Like, you even said it yourself, like, oh, like they're starting to approach me, you know, like, because I'm putting out this kind of like, oh, can I do something with you, man? That's what you want. That's so cool. A lot of the stuff you've been putting out with Effie's been a lot of fun recently. So everyone go follow Vinny on socials for that, man. But we got to talk shop here a little bit. You know what we're doing here, Vinny. We got to talk about, I don't know, Pro Wrestling Magic Journey into the Kingdom. What's that? This Saturday coming up. I'll be there. You'll be there, man. You've had a lot of big fights in Pro Wrestling Magic, but now you have a fight or flight match against someone you know pretty well, Sebastian Cage. What's your mindset? I'm being backstage interviewer right now. What's your mindset going into this one, Vinny?
I love Sebastian. Great talent. I've known him for years. This will be a fun match. This will be a match that takes me off my feet to fly a little bit, like you said, fight or flight, which I don't mind doing. But I tell you what, okay. I heard if I win against Sebastian Cage, then I get a shot at Mike Donovan for the championship at Pro Wrestling Match next month. This match goes deeper than just a match for me. You know, I've wanted that gold since January of this year. I've had matches against Donovan twice for that gold. First time came up short because he cheated. Second time came up short because 4 of his, what do you want to call them, sidekicks jumped in the match and just destroyed me while I wasn't watching.
Yeah, those guys are out of control. They're taking over Magic. Hispanos Unidos. They're taking over Magic right now. I don't like the way they do things, Vinny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry to interrupt, man. I get a little fired up talking about these guys. They're literally hijacking these shows, man. Every
show, and I'm over it. I'm done. I don't care what they do this time. I'm not going down without a fight. So I will beat Sebastian Cage, and I do not care. I will go on, take on Mike Donovan, win that title. And also, it's New Year's Eve that day, so what better way to celebrate?
What a great night that could be for you potentially, but first you got to keep your eye on what's ahead of you, and I know you're game planning for that one, man. And that being said, that's something I noticed about you, man, and I like this. I like this a lot. So I don't relate you to being like one of those guys because like we see this a lot on the independent, and I think it's really cool. But there's a lot of these gold collectors, right? The King Midas, the Queen Midas, I always say that, and I think that's really cool, and I think that's really great. But I like what you're doing, man, because to me, I don't want to say it's more important, but I kind of like the long-term storytelling, like the actual climbing of the mountain, you know, quote unquote, the money's in the chase kind of thing, man. And I see that more with you, man. And I think that's a really smart thing for you. Like, obviously it's important for you to win these championships. It looks great on the resume. You represent a company. But how important is it for you to kind of experience that journey? Because I think you're very smart about that.
I love it because, well, one, I'm a very big Bryan Danielson fan, and I was watching the whole journey to win that championship from Randy Orton at Mania. So that was one that it inspires me to chase, you know, and yes, there is money in the chase. I mean, it feels better for the fans who've been watching and the fans who've been there for me and every show getting my name, and to wait, 12 months?
Yeah.
Within 12 months to see me win the title, like it's been long, and I understand like it's a little frustrating, but I think that on most occasions beats winning after one night. You know what I mean? Like, it's situational because I could go to one company, walk in, get a big nice pop from the crowd, beat their champion, leave with the belt. That's cool and all. That's very cool, and crowds love that, and it could be a cool moment, yes. But on the same front, it's still a very cool moment, chasing and scratching and clawing your way, beating freaking legends, and doing what I have to do to get that title later this year. And hey, if I lose to Sebastian, then I'm not getting that opportunity. Like, I have to beat Sebastian Cage. But what I'm saying is, yes, there is 2 different situations where quick win for the championship could be great on the debut or something, but a long-term, nice storytelling journey with promos, behind-the-scenes skits, behind-the-scenes segments, all that stuff, promos, could all intertwine into one moment. And I think it's beautiful that, long-term storytelling, yes, it's very important. And Magic is doing that. And Magic has had their eye on me, and they've said, hey, Vinny, we want to give you the opportunity to do these things. So we're putting the rocket on your back. Take it as far as you want. And I said, okay, say less. I've been waiting for Magic. I love Magic. I've loved Magic since day one. And Magic came to me and said that. I said, all right. And I think so far I've done a pretty good job at it.
Yeah. Very, very well said, man. And I love that answer that you brought up, man. Perfect answer. With talking about Bryan Danielson, a guy who I have so much respect for, because in fact, I think there was an interview that came out yesterday where he's like, I would just love to work AEW Dark all the time and help these up and comers, man. He was always a guy that wasn't about the gold. And if he did have the gold, it was about putting it on the next guy. And he puts so many people over, man. And I love that was part of your answer, man, because it makes me understand that you actually get it, man, and you're killing it right now. But Vinny, let's have a little fun here, man. I pay attention to your social media and stuff. I think you're a big Star Wars guy. I'm a big Star Wars guy. Are you a big Star Wars guy? And tell us about that fandom, because I'm seeing a lot of the stuff that you're posting. When Obi-Wan was out and all that. Yeah.
Giant, huge, gigantic Star Wars guy. I love. Okay, granted, I'm not sure anything about this one, but I've always been a Star Wars guy. But I started getting into Harry Potter a little bit as well.
Okay.
How about you?
Totally. I totally not a big. My sister loves Harry Potter. I haven't really given Harry Potter a fair shot, but Star Wars, dude, there's literally an X-wing next to me right now, and Chewie's one of my favorite characters. Shit. Yeah. Dude, it's bad,
dude,
bro.
So I love it so much. Okay, so Star Wars, yes, I love it. I've been a fan of it since a little kid. It inspires a lot of my my house. I have a lot of Star Wars decorations here.
Same, yeah.
But I tell you what, my fiance, the first 3 years of being with her, she would not watch Star Wars. No, I don't like it. I said, you don't like it. You haven't seen it. How do you know if you don't like it?
Yep.
She's like, oh, well, I know I won't like it. Dude, kid you not. I get her. We're sitting on the couch hanging out, watching whatever football, whatever, or some other thing on TV, and it hits the end of Star Wars with Kylo Ren and not Kylo Ren, sorry, Rey and Palpatine. That scene when he's hooked up to the machine and he's yelling at her and shit, and she has electric. Remember that?
Yeah. Of course.
So that's on the screen, and her eyes were glued to the TV. That whole scene, and she goes, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Star Wars." So and she liked it. I'm like, "Okay, this is cool." She said, "All right, we're gonna start my way, not the classic way. Because people like to do 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3. I said, no, we're watching it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9,
Ooh.
right? In real order, I think. I think that I don't know. I don't want her to know Darth Vader and then not know how he became Darth Vader. I want her to see it all in nice order.
It's a risky play. Because and first of all, that makes perfect sense. Like, I'm all about timelines and stuff, but it's a risky play because of the quality of the movies. And I'm not hating, because the prequels were a lot of fun, and they also created some great content in terms of spin-offs and the cartoon series and great characters. But Empire Strikes Back, arguably one of the greatest movies of all time, storytelling. A lot of wrestling kind of goes back to Empire Strikes Back. I got to see it, Count Basie over here in New Jersey, with the symphony orchestra playing to the movie while it was unbelievable, man. And it's so good, dude. Who's your favorite? I won't go too Star Warsy on you, but favorite Star Wars character of all time?
Oh, this is hard, because I really loved Kenobi.
Yeah.
The series.
Yes.
I don't know. I love Kenobi.
That's a great
answer. Love Anakin. And I love Luke. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Obi-Wan.
That's a great answer. And I love that they've expanded on him. That series was a lot of fun. It filled in a lot of gaps.
Oh, it was the best.
Oh, so good, bro.
Dude, that series had me crying. I cried like at least 4 to 5 times.
I get it though, bro. It's so awesome, man. And that's cool, man. We always like to talk pop culture and stuff here too, but going
But wait,
back, dude, love it, man.
Bob, wait.
Yes, please.
So no, I was wanting to get. So yeah, so having her watch all the episodes from 1 to 9, it was great for me to relive these movies, and I noticed a lot of small details that I didn't notice years ago.
Okay.
That was really really cool to me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I have appreciation for those things. Even when the first prequel came out, man, just the way they fought with the lightsabers and the score from John Williams and all that great
Yes.
stuff, man. I'm slowly getting into Andor. I couldn't People are telling me to stay the course on Andor. I kind of fell off it, but I'm gonna give it another shot. So we'll see.
I should do that too. I think.
Yeah,
I do that too.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of good Star Wars stuff, man, and lots of good stuff for you right now, man. I want to talk about this before we get out of here, Vinny. So many good things happening for you, good matches, good opportunities, but we got to talk about something you did recently. I don't know, maybe a little company called MLW, man. Talk to us about that experience.
Oh my God, dude. Such a great night, such a great locker room. That crowd was fire. That night was like came out of nowhere. They called me Wednesday to be there Sunday. Like, oh hey Vinny, can you be here Sunday? I'm like, yes. Okay.
Of course.
So like it was like out of nowhere kind of, but what a night, what an opportunity. That company is something else. Like the locker room itself was just so helpful, such a good vibe, man. Like I love being back there. Everyone was so helpful. Everyone was so willing to like get to know you and talk to you and be really chill. It reminded me of when I was at ROH. That locker room was very similar. Also had some of the same guys too.
Yeah.
But it was very similar to that, where you're like, okay, I'm welcome. I feel welcome. I feel I belong. And I got great feedback from the match. I got a lot of good feedback. I don't know what the future holds, but I got great feedback, and yeah, a lot of things in the works right now with me, and I'm really working very hard to find the next step in all the badness that I'm doing right now. Everything I already have booked up and I'm doing now. I have to tackle first at hand, but also other things are in the works as well, which are very important. So very busy right now. It's a very good thing. It's a very humbling thing, because being busy is good, I believe, in doing what you love most. And I ain't gonna stop till I get what I need, till I get what I want. So I love this more than anything, and there's a reason why I do everything that I do. This is my purpose. I 100% believe this is my purpose, and I'm just so ready to get to that next level. Throughout your career, you get like you level up, or you get that next level, that next gear.
Yes.
And I feel that's coming for me, and I'm hoping very much. I'm praying, and I'm doing all the right things. I feel like I'm doing. I trying my best to always spread good vibes, so that good vibes come to me. And yeah, that's all I can do, I feel like.
I love that, man, and very well said. And I want to get that shameless promo in, but right now, man, I want to say I appreciate you taking the time, but also I see you traveling. I see you making that sacrifice, every day, so you can attain your goals, man. And I think it's very well deserved. I think there's a lot of things in motion right now. You have that momentum. Stay healthy. Keep working hard, man. Make smart decisions. This business could be a roller coaster, bro. And you're killing it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me so happy. I'm excited to see you guys again, November 26th, this Saturday at the Mecca of Professional Wrestling in New Jersey, Ridgefield Park. We got a big show, Pro Wrestling Magic Journey into the Kingdom. Vinny's got a big opportunity ahead of him, taking on Sebastian Cage. We'll see how that pans out. Vinny, tell everyone how they can follow you on socials. Keep up with some of those great energy drink skits you're doing. I love it, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. If they don't follow me, if you guys don't follow me on here, follow me, and you will enjoy those promos. Seek them and watch them and love them, because I think you'll love them. All right. Instagram, Vinny Pacifico. Twitter, Vinny Pacifico1, and Facebook, just Vinny Pacifico.
Love it, guys. Everyone follow Vinny right now. Guys, again, Pro Wrestling Magic this Saturday, Journey into the Kingdom. Check it out. Get your tickets now. Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, the Mecca of professional wrestling. Vinny, on a personal note, thank you again for making the time. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of your progress. Congratulations on the engagement and the upcoming wedding, man. I am so happy for you, bro. Just very proud, and continued success to you, bro. You deserve it all.
Thank you very much. And it means the world to me, dude. Seriously. Thank you so much.
All right, bro. And I'll catch you on Saturday. And guys, like we always say here on the BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. We out. Peace.